Hey, what's up, guys? Russ Anderson, Anderson Security Consulting, AndersonSecurityConsulting.com, on Facebook and Instagram, on Twitter. It's exec_protect. Links will be all in the description below. If you have any comments, please leave those below in the comment section. Please hit like and consider subscribing if these videos have any value to you whatsoever. Hitting like especially and subscribing alerts the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, to that they should spread this video further to a greater audience. So let's get straight into the video. These are some of the things that are going to make you a valuable asset on an executive protection detail. So you get your first executive protection deal, or you get a phone call. The first one that makes you valuable is being available. I've talked to many guys that said they wanted to work until you call them and actually put them to work, or attempt to put them to work. So, I've had guys that have said, look, I'm available short notice, I'm available whenever. Sometimes there are jobs you get on executive protection, circuit, that will be months in advance. Then there'll be some where you'll have a couple of days. I've had some where they were like, look, we need somebody over here today. So, being available goes a very, very long way. Now, I get it. We all have, bills to pay. We all have jobs and things of that nature. And so, but you have to just consider that company owner or that detail leader, they might have your name on the list. Well, if you want your name to be at the top of that list, be the person that answers the phone and follows through. There's nothing worse than having somebody on a list. You offer them a job on a detail, they say yes, they accept the detail, and then when it comes time to the detail, or shortly before the detail goes live, they beg off the detail. Oh, I've got something else to do. Guess what? That person didn't even go to the bottom of the list. They got shuffled off the list completely. So be available. Once you do accept that executive protection detail and they have a pre-detail briefing, whether it's online, on the phone, or in person, in many cases, be punctual. Don't be late. Don't be late. I have a pet peeve about people being late. Me personally, I've gotten the details an hour and a half in advance. Even if I'm sitting in my car, take a nap in the parking lot, at least I'm there. The reason I do that is, say for instance, I got to drive down to South Florida. Well, South Florida, the traffic getting down there can be just absolutely just horrendous. And the last thing you want is to be caught in traffic. Say there's a traffic jam because of an accident and you were pushing it, to be there, 5 minutes before everything started. If you're screeching into the parking lot with 1 minute to go, you're already starting things off on the wrong foot. So be punctual, and by punctual I mean be early. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. Just keep that in mind. Be punctual. That's another thing. All right. On the flip side, being late is going to get you fired. All right. So, so readiness is another big thing. Readiness refers to, are your licenses up to date? Are you physically fit to go on a detail? I've had guys show up on details and they're literally limping. One guy hurt his knee doing this or that, or playing basketball or whatever it is. Guess what? You're not ready. You're not fit. Now, things happen when you're training and when you're working out. However, if you're physically unable to perform, we can't use you, because not just us that's seeing what you're doing. Even if we know that you can still perform, the client will look and say, wait a second, where did they get this guy from? This guy is limping. Does he need a cane? That doesn't give the image you want to give to the client, which is that of strength and stability and dependability. So be ready. Take care of your diet. Make sure you're eating properly. Make sure you're exercising regularly. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. When you're performing a service like this, your physical presence, your body is your product, along with what's in here and your experience, your knowledge, and your work ethic. But the main thing the client is going to see is this. They're going to see this. And if this looks bad, and if they think you look slovenly in appearance, they think you just look sloppy, guess what? In their minds, it doesn't matter how sharp you are, you're a slob. And they're going to wonder why they're paying to have you on this detail. All right, so this last one is a particular pet peeve of mine. I've actually relieved guys on details because of this, or because they couldn't control this. So I like low maintenance people. I like guys that I can plug in into a position on a detail, and I know that's going to be handled. I can just set that aside. Besides making sure they eat, they go to the bathroom, they get relief every now and then, which is very important. I don't want someone who's constantly in my face. I don't want someone who's constantly has to say something, or constantly has to get in front of yourself or the client, or needs to be seen and constantly needs attention. I had a guy on a detail that literally at least 2 or 3 times an hour, this guy was on the radio, or hey, can I talk to you? Oh, hey, can I talk to you about this? Oh, hey, can I talk to you about that? And I'm sitting there like, man. And so after a while, I started ignoring the guy, and which is not a good thing, because I want people that are going to speak up if they have something worthwhile to say. And as a detail leader, or as a company owner and a detail leader, I've got so many other things I have to do. So many other things are way more important. So if you're a low maintenance individual, I love low maintenance guys that are competent, that literally I can drop them in somewhere, they can parachute in, and they don't need any supervision. Say, look, this is the objective. This is what I need you to do. I need you to secure this individual or this place, or I need you on this part of the detail filling this particular role, and they're just going to do their job. And I don't have to worry about them. I don't have to check up on them constantly, and I'm not constantly having to address their needs. Nobody likes high maintenance people. Along that same lines, if you are constantly trying to gain the attention or the ear of the client, that will get you removed and fired right away. Our jobs as professional protection specialists, executive protection specialists, are to be there to do our jobs in a competent, professional, and quiet, unobtrusive way as much as possible. Why? The executive has a very important job. The C-suite individual, usually a CEO, has an extremely important job. Their time is like gold, maybe even like platinum. They're the face and the prime minister of that particular corporation. So they don't want to worry about what this executive protection specialist is talking about, or why this person is constantly trying to talk to them. They want to be left alone. Why? We're there to take care of their security and their travel, to make sure they don't have to worry about those things. That's what the people that are hovering around these individuals are doing. So we're going to go more into the world of being around an executive, a CEO in particular, and what it entails and how you can better fit into that world. Anyway, it's your boy Russ with just a few tips on how to make yourself valuable and keep yourself valuable on an executive protection detail. These go a long way, so that at the end of that detail, if you make it to the end, if I don't fire you, that or the other company owner or detail leader doesn't fire you, that you'll be called again, and your name keeps shuffling higher and higher and higher on that list, so you can assume more responsibility, and then you can have a long-lasting and lucrative career in executive protection. Anyway, it's your boy Russ Anderson again. Please hit like, consider subscribing. If any of this that I've had to say had any value to you whatsoever, share the videos with people. Leave a comment in the description. Whether you have a positive comment or a negative comment, please just leave it down in the description. I accept all comments. All right, so I think there was a setting on some of the videos where people weren't able to leave comments, and that was an oversight. That was a mistake. I'm not scared of seeing people's comments, either good or bad. Anyways, your boy Russ. Hope you guys are all having a blessed day. I'm out.